21st century now live in the digital age, where society is extended in the internet and the online networks. However, due to the increasing percentage of media in people's lives lies the emerging issues that are related to these. These are the intellectual property theft, digital divide, and cyberbullying. Intellectual property theft involves robbing people or companies of their ideas, inventions, and creative expressions, known as intellectual property, which can include everything from trade secrets and proprietary products and parts to movies, music, and software. When one committed intellectual property theft, he or she endangers the other's intellectual property rights. But what do you mean by intellectual property rights? Intellectual property rights are like any other property right which allow creators, or owners, of patents, trademarks or copyrighted works to benefit from their own work in a creation. It provides one the right to benefit from the protection of moral and material interests resulting from authorship of any types of productions. It can be divided into four main areas, namely copyright, trademarks, design right, and patents. Copyright laws grant authors, artists and other creators protection for their literary and artistic creations, generally referred to as works. Trademark protection, on the other hand, ensures that the owners of signatures have the exclusive right to use them to identify goods or services, or to authorize others to use them in return for payment. Likewise, industrial design, which can be referred to as the ornamental or aesthetic aspects of an article which may consist of 2 or 3D features, is said to be protected when the owner has registered the design, assured an exclusive right and protection against unauthorized copying or imitation of the design by third parties. Patents, on the other hand, apply to industrial processes and inventions, and protect against the unauthorized implementation of the invention. Patents are grants made by national governments that give the creator of an invention an exclusive right to use, sell or manufacture the invention. Now, moving on to digital divide. The idea of the digital divide refers to the growing gap between the underprivileged members of society, especially the poor, rural, elderly, and handicapped portion of the population who do not have access to computers or the internet, and the wealthy, middle class, and those living in urban and suburban areas who have access. Some of the factors that further increase the certain gap are education and the income. Widening levels of education seem to magnify the digital divide. Households with higher levels of education are increasingly more likely to use computers and the internet. It has been observed that those with college degrees or higher are 10 times more likely to have internet access at work as than those with only a high school education. Also, due to lower income levels, poor neighborhoods lack the infrastructure available in affluent areas. Telecommunication facilities are more readily available for wealthier communities and are more attractive for developing companies to establish themselves. As a result, poverty in less fortunate neighborhoods make it less appealing for investments by outside companies, further aggravating the divide. If there are factors that greatly contribute in widening the gap of digital divide, there can be also some ways that can bridge that gap. These are economic equality, social mobility, democracy, and economic growth. Now, the last issue in this digital age: cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. It is commonly seen in social media, SMS, instant messenger, and email. Some specific examples of cyberbullying are posting unwanted pictures or messages to social media outlets, sending harassing text message, creating fake accounts to impersonate someone else, and spreading rumors on public forums. Now that you are aware that these issues are present up until this day, what will you do to counteract when you see one?